Hello and good morning, everyone. Good to see you. Hello, Michelle, Andreas, General Kenobi. How's everybody doing today? It is a fine Friday, and I'm so glad you guys are here. Yeah, it's going to be good. We're going to have a good day. I want to welcome everybody. Garth, Afrosia, all my friends, Vikram. How is everyone? That's my sentiment exactly. So yes, good to see ya, and this is gonna be great. We're gonna have a great day. Yeah, very loud. Oh yeah, you're talking about the all caps. Hopefully not me. Hopefully I'm coming in loud and clear. Usually Michelle's like, audio's good, and I love that. That's like my favorite. So thank you for joining me, and I'm just going to kind of jump in here really fast and answer a quick question, and then we'll dive into today's Illustrator on iPad. So thank you so much for joining me. Again, this is a design masterclass, so usually we'll cover all things design. It gives us an opportunity to cover Illustrator InDesign, which I still need to cover actually. Dimension, and pretty much everything. So this is good. As Megan says, good to see you all. So it's good to have you here. Just really fast, I'm going to go into answer this question really quick. I'm going to do a transform on this, and we'll just kind of have it kind of come from the corner. We'll make maybe 10 copies, and we will rotate this 10 degrees. Let's actually make it 18 copies. Boom, there we are. Actually, did you know you could do math in here? So I could do, if I wanted, I don't know, if I wanted 16, wait, let's do 360 divided by 12, for instance. We could do that math. So you have math operations in Illustrator and in Photoshop, which I think is pretty cool. So you can see that kind of go around. So this is all the transform effect, which I like. Okay, so that's cool. Click OK. Boom. There it is. And this is for Michelle. I think I actually already answered you, and it was probably an easier answer than you thought. But Michelle's like, hey, how can I like break this apart? Like, is there a way? Because when I go in here, there's no ungroup. Like, how do I break this apart? Again, object, you could expand appearance. Right there, expand appearance, just so you know, it was right here, expand appearance. And now we have these individual squares. You might have to ungroup it again, but there they all are, and you can select any one that you want and go through and change it. So anyways, just answering question, folks. Getting warmed up today. It's gonna be a good day, maybe a warm day too. Creative Market says the trend of the week is poolside pastels. Yeah, I feel that. I like pastels. Okay. Hi, Kazaki from Indonesia as well. Cassie's in the house. Afroja's in the house. Awesome. So let's switch over. Again, I want to cover Illustrator on the iPad. We're going to do some warm-up exercises there. We're going to do some graphic design based on some quotes, and we might even use a title generator as well. Because I want you to know that this is like unplanned, and I think that's what's fun about these live experiences is that we get to create together. So, and yeah, let's just switch over. You look tired today, Matt. It's not getting past you. Yeah, I'm a little sleepy today. I didn't sleep too well. Thank you for noticing. Appreciate it. Thanks. Just kidding. I actually do. I'm like, Plus, I usually don't get up this early. So anyways, in personal news, actually, I have a little gallery if I'm actually just going to brag for a second, if you guys don't mind. Can I brag? Waiting for it. So let's switch over, and I'll probably talk about this more in my Photoshop masterclass, but participating in this, if you're in the Dallas area, just so you know, Dallas-Fort Worth's first NFT pop-up gallery. So participating in that, just so you know, with all these amazing artists right down here. So it's going to be pretty cool this weekend. If you have a chance, if you happen to be in the Dallas area, it would be really cool to see you. That's right, Tim. I'm not tired. I'm just not fully charged up. Tim, can I just invite you over and slap me in the face? Right? Just come over and slap me in the face. Sometimes you just need that to get the blood flowing. Right? I'm a little sore. I ran a mile in 6 minutes and 2 seconds, which is not my fastest time, but not bad considering my hamstring's been killing me. All right, so we're going to just do some warm-up exercises right in here. So we have the pencil that we can always work with, right? Change that to nothing. Pencil is absolutely fine, you know, to use, which I love. But I'm actually going to tap on that, and I might even create a zoom in screen because we have also this lovely blob brush as well. So that's what I'm going to jump into. And darn it, is my screen flashing a little bit? I feel so bad. I think I thought I fixed it. But if I start flashing a little bit, let me know, because that is not acceptable. All right, so again, right in here, this lovely blob brush, as soon as you select it, you'll get these additional selections. I'm going to do a basic chisel, right? From there, we can just double check the smoothing. I usually do 3/4 of the way up, as you can see right here, bam. And then we can play with sort of the roundness, right? The angle, since it's this chisel brush, which I think will be nice. And of course, pressure dynamics, yeah, about 40%. I'm going to leave everything else as is. We'll just kind of jump in here. H-E-L-L. Oh, and just so you can see what that pressure dynamics does to it, I think it's cool. I think this just does a nice job of giving you that sort of hand lettering feel to it, right? So we'll just kind of finish this out. I kind of want to redraw this part, if you don't mind. So let's delete that. Let's go back in here. Let's make this, give it even bigger loops. There we go. Yes. Let's undo that. S. There we go. Big loops. S. H-I-N-E. There we go. Hello, sunshine. And we could take a look at those vectors, because what happens with that blob brush, let's click right up here. We'll go to outlines. Since we're using that blob brush, of course, gives us those outlines of that stroke. Okay, yeah, I think I have a video compression. A video is not being compressed as much as it should, so that's kind of the problem. So there we are. So what that means, obviously, well, maybe not so obviously. Obviously, it's not a stroke. It's actually a filled shape. So we would treat it as such, right? As we kind of tweak that a little bit. In this case, I actually want to draw out. Let's do this. Let's do that. And again, we're just getting warmed up. New layer. Put that beneath the current layer. Thanks for hanging out with me today, guys. Let's go with, I don't know, let's just go with a bunch of light colors. And just like in Illustrator on the desktop, we have sub-layers in here as well. I just end up adding separate layers because it's just honestly kind of easier to click on, I guess. Let's tweak that a little bit more. Drag this out. If you have a keyboard connected, you can hold down the Shift key, right? But you also get this diagonal line to draw out a perfect circle like we're doing right here, okay? You get the idea. Yes. You could rotate the canvas, and you could rotate the canvas. Hold on one second. Let me double check. I'm going to pull up all the new features, which there is a couple. All right. Boom. Yeah, let me pull this up. Thank you so much, Tim. What's new? Alrighty. All right, so just pull this up really fast. Thanks for bringing this up, Tim. I just wanted to kind of double check. Um, yes, I'd love to have shortcut keys. Yeah. Is it when you say you can only write your name? Is it Papa Rick? Is that what you write? But these are the new Illustrator updates, just so you know. Advanced export controls, which I can show you. Enhanced blob brush, so you can draw smooth and organic paths using taper feature within the blob brush. Okay, so that's kind of what I was just showing. Transparency grid view, which is right up there as well. I was showing the outline view, but you should show the transparency as well. Support for the AIT file format as well. And actually, let's just click in here for a more detailed summary, shall we? Boom. Tapering of the blob brush. Yeah, so there we are. I'm kind of going crazy, Tim, because I was thinking, yeah, okay. I'm just realizing how much I don't rotate the canvas. I just don't typically rotate. I think on iPad, since you could rotate the iPad, that's why I'm like, I never really felt the need. But anyways, let's move on. Let's change this back to white. Turn on those layers. And again, we're just getting started, everybody. This needs to be even brighter. Come on, wake up my eyes. Bam, bam. There we are. Let's lock down those background layers. Select this, as we can see. Let's change this. We give this just a little bit of a stroke, as you can tell. Off to the side, you can see stroke. And we can make that stroke come from the outside. So let me actually just increase that darkness. So there we go. Now you can see it better. All right. Okay. Cool. Cool. You guys kind of get the idea. We have that stroke in there. It's looking pretty good. It needs to be smoothed out a lot, just so you know, in my opinion. But that's okay. Like, look at this weird thing I did over here, by the way. Whoop. Look at that. Look at that crazy guy. What are you doing, Paul? What's going on here? Look at all this madness, huh? Well, you can always try to simplify a path. So right in here with this selected, let's double tap on it. So we can tap off to the side, and I really want to zoom in on the screen, but I can simplify that path. And you could tap that button like as many times as you want. So it's not just like one and done. You could hit it a couple more times and it'll start to simplify. So that starts to smooth out my stroke in places. Obviously this is jacked, right? Oh, that's so bad. Oops. Right, there it is. And we have additional controls. So we can cut it. We can do a smart delete, right? And let's just hide that so you can see this a little bit better. We could also do a straight delete. What the straight delete is actually is going to cut that line. So it actually doesn't even connect it anymore, which I don't really want. That's why I'm doing the smart delete like so. Right in here, what smart delete does is actually will keep the curve. It'll keep roughly the shape as much as possible, right, while removing that point. But I can always come in and adjust that. But yeah, we got some weirdness there. That's okay. We can kind of clean that up. Right, let's take this one. Oh, let's try smart delete here. Good. Weird thing going on there. There we are. Hello, Biola. Yes. Illustrator team wanted to make sure we exercise our necks correctly. By the way, who is an avid stretcher? I want to know who like gets up and stretches in the morning. And also, are you over 40? I'm getting at the point where like, man, do I need to stretch more? The answer is probably yes. Okay, we have these parts right here, as we can see. Right in here, let's just jump into this object again by double tapping. And let's actually round, instead of having these sharp points, I don't know if I like those sharp points. We could just round those corners and round the ends, right? It just makes it look a little bit more smooth. And by the way, I did not spend much time on this, as you noticed. I am just like feeling it, man. I need to stretch. It feels good. I'm like, oh man, what's up with our bodies that we have to like shut down every day for like 8 hours, you know, and lay perfectly still? Yeah, of course you probably need to stretch in the morning. So anyway, I'm just talking trash, everybody. I'm glad you guys are here. We got a full day of live streams with hopefully some of your favorite people. If not, just lie to me and tell me that they are your favorite people. Jason, just so you know, he's on sabbatical. Excuse me. So that's where he has been, just so you know. But he loves you nonetheless. He's just, I actually don't even know what he's doing. And you know what? I think that's okay. I'm like, man, I just want him to just relax. So some extra poets right there. And again, we could always see that by going to outlines if that helps, right? Do our smart delete. Even take that one right there. Guess what? Smart delete. For this one, I didn't do I didn't smooth out, or again, I didn't simplify the paths like I could have. So right in here, let's make sure the paths are selected and we can simplify path. And I'll hit it one more time. You ready? Oh, looks like that's about as simple as it's going to get. You are all my favorite people as well. Stephen Booth is 52. By the way, did you just hear that? I just snapped my sternum. What's going on there? I don't understand it. Why is my body making creaky noises? Probably because you're using it a lot. So I take the fact that you have to stretch as a good sign. There are, again, really complex. Simplify that. See, this one I could hit a couple times. I was able to hit that a couple times. Started removing more of those points, right? We'll round the ends and the corners. There we have that. We'll take this piece. Ba-ba. Take that. Right? And that's looking pretty good. Not a fan of how these two got connected, right? Because now I can't really move them, but it's okay, right? It is all right. Viola, you're my type of person. If you're waking up at 4 a.m., you're my type of person. I was up at like 5 a.m. for no reason. For no reason. What did I do? I just started like looking at stuff on like Pinterest and scrolling through Reddit. So those are my midnight to 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. activities. So that's what I was doing. Just trying to get inspiration out there. This is like my inspiration isn't that surprising, and kind of show you what I found here in a second, which is very on brand for me. What are the Megan? You're like, what are these sounds that I'm making? I'm glad I don't feel alone. So I want to welcome you all. Hello, Sunshine. Welcome to the Design Masterclass. We're working in Illustrator. And regardless of what time it is for you, I want to give you a warm welcome. You are up at 3:30 a.m. Michelle, that's way too early. Go to sleep. I swear, people that are professional sleepers, if you have friends like that, I am so jealous of you. All right, so I'm going to turn these off, by the way. Bam, bam, bam. Because there's more we could add to this. I have a couple things. This is very on brand for Paul. I get it, okay? I almost want to apologize, but then it's like I'm apologizing for being me. That seems weird, right? Yeah, I could branch out. I was going to do some space stuff, but I've been doing some space stuff anyways. But, you know, I have some awesome butterflies that I want to kind of generate. And then we also have, like, flowers as well. So those are kind of my two subjects. Just to add some elegance to our piece that we're working on. So hopefully that's okay. We'll start with the butterflies. Oh, Megan, you make me laugh. Your dogs are like, yo, mom, breakfast now. Let's get that breakfast. I wake up every day and the cat's right at the door because the cat doesn't drink out of its own little fountain that it has, but it wants me to turn on the water for it in the kitchen. And that's what my cat does. I'm like, hey, kitty, what are you doing? All right. I noticed. So, yeah, it's fun to hearing people's lives, by the way. So, all right. Yo, mom, let's get some food up in here. All right, so I've noticed in Illustrator on the iPad, I use the pencil a lot. Because with like Apple Pencil and the pencil tool, it's just too easy. It's just too easy. I love it. All right, so let's go back actually to the butterflies really fast. Because I am going to just drop down the opacity of that layer. And then we can lock it. Oh, I would love to just, yeah. Pets have it made, huh? And they don't pay rent, do they? They don't have a job, right? It's like, come on, doggies. Come on, pets. I'm like, hey, cat, get a job. Right? Does anybody feel me? So, again, you can see how easy this is, by the way. I can crank this up, the size, just so everyone can see it better. We can actually continue this line or just kind of go in because technically this is a separate wing, and then we'll just go out with this one. Zoop, 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 and then connect it. Easy enough. Yeah. I am a cat person. I am a cat and dog person. I am a pet person, by the way. By the way, if you ever move here to Colorado, or if you live in Colorado, chances are you have a dog. Everybody here, I'm in a neighborhood where everybody's walking their dogs like all the time. It's crazy. Okay, so there's a couple different ways we could approach the inside, but I'm trying to decide whether I want to do a black and white, or if I want to add color to this. And I probably want to go with color. Yeah, you're right. Christine, cats don't need jobs. Cats are a little entitled, because I'm like, I don't remember promoting you to CEO. You know? I'm like, you're a little entitled there, buddy. All right, let's just do this. Let's just have some fun today. We're just drawing out some organic circles to kind of mimic what's underneath. No big deal. Right, notice how I'm connecting these. Right, this is a case where I might want to kind of jump in, take that, double tap on it, right? We can get rid of that edge, right? If I want something super smooth, I can always jump in here, take the smoothing up even higher, but I think that's pretty good. I feel like if you take the smoothing too high, it isn't as accurate, right? So that's what I've ran into. Dogs are police, huh? Dogs are like, hey, we need to get some food in here, or something's gonna happen. I don't know. Might be a little complex. So as I'm drawing, see what's happening, and I actually really like these tails, but any of the settings off to the side. Let me move me up. Come on, Paul, fix it. Is going to, it's going to just keep those settings, just so you know. There we go. Let's make this a little larger for everybody. There we go. It's going to keep all these settings off to the side. So that's all I'm showing. But since I have that kind of zoomed in, I don't know, maybe we'll do a shape there. Hey, why not? There's part. And we're just having fun today. Welcome. Ooh, Blanca has a parrot. Nice. Yeah. Reverb mic, I like it. Beware of the pointy bits. I'm kind of liking the pointy bits in this case. Oops. So it works out okay. But I agree 100%. Okay. We got it. That's looking pretty good, right? Let's go back in there really fast and continue. All right, you guys probably know what I'm going to do next. Let's take this. We'll go to our repeat elements off to the side, as you can see, and we can do our mirror repeat. Bam. From there, we can take this center line and just scoot it out like so. So we'll give it a little bit of breathing room so we could just have some, basically have some room for the body, of course. Do I think the Apple Pencil is better than any other stylus, and why? Totally curious to hear what everybody's opinion is on it. Do I think it's better? It's a good question. I don't know. I think it's really nice. Thing is, you of course have to use it with the iPad, so it's like, unless they build a 24-inch iPad, I'm gonna prefer a Wacom for professional work. But that's just me. Head, we'll do the eyes. All right, zoom. Let's make that a little more. This part could be mirrored as well, but I do want it to look a little organic. All right, so there we are. There we are, folks. All right. Here's our wonderful butterfly. Let's move it up to right in the center. Why not? Turn off that background. All right. And there's more we can add to this. Yes, you have tilt control. You can't rotate it. Okay. Yeah. So basically, if you're using an iPad, you're really going to only have one option, which is Apple Pencil. I do think it's the most affordable of all solutions. Like, if you want a stylus and a computer, I feel like the iPad's like your cheapest entry point. You know, that's all. Like, do you necessarily need a whole laptop? Can you get away with using like an iPad? But you know, again, whatever you gravitate toward, whatever makes you feel free or set. I don't know, some snazzy quote, right? Like they have on all the Instagram posts. Set yourself free, man. Yeah. Be like a butterfly. Oh, it's so deep. But I needed to just introduce some text, right? We're at that point. Yeah, even a simple cable is expensive if it's designed by Apple. You are exactly right, my friend. I love this, by the way. So we're gonna look for a font, and if we can't find it, we're gonna add it through Creative Cloud. Sounds like a great idea. Thank you, little pop-up. Let's scroll through. I want like something like this lovely handwriting. So this, you know, is kind of matches the, and let me move this back. It matches the style that I currently have going on. Let me switch my view back. There we go. So again, this just kind of works out okay. But I feel like the thickness isn't the same, right? So it's not like, should the line work of the butterfly be the same as the thickness of the stroke of the text? Right? I agree, Michelle, it is a nice font. We're definitely going to keep it, but do we kind of modify this? And do we start creating sort of different versions of this as well? Right? So let's select this. Let's go in here. Do we just take this down a little bit like that? So there we have something kind of like that. I typically think that if you're designing something, right, it's gonna look, it looks big and chunky if it's huge, but as you start to make things smaller, just like makes it look like much more elegant. So I'm shrinking this down. That's why I'm shrinking it down, basically. So we do something kind of like that, right? Nice, elegant. Let's change the size of this artboard, right? So the width will be 1080, and then we'll do the height at 1350. So like I said, we could post this to Instagram. Very Instagrammable, like, oh, you're so deep. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna set myself free, right? We can think about textures and things like that and changing color. Let's jump in here. Let's put that beneath there. And yeah, we can, I don't know. All right, you get the idea. Anyway, one design down. Let's take this and wait for it. Ah, here we go. Copy. Sorry, paste. There we go. Oh, pool pastels, you're right. Ah, Megan, you're exactly right. Do we start to add color to this? Can I do that? Shall I add some color to this? That's what I'm gonna do, okay? So we'll just take this, duplicate it, move it down. There's our original. Here's this one. Okay, off to the side, just like we did before. We can expand it, but we kind of don't want to at this point. So let's just jump in and throw some colors in here and see what happens. You want some pool pastels? All right, let's make that happen. Yeah, I don't. I haven't think of a lot of pinks, right? And yellows, right? It should be adding those. Hold on. Oh, there we go. I guess I gotta add them myself. What other colors? So some of these need to kind of be the same right in here. Get rid of that. Sorry about that. Let's jump in here. Green down here, maybe. So I'm actually going around the color wheel, but I'm not changing the tint or the shade. Oh yeah, much easier. There we go. Let's get this party started, folks. Let's get this done. This one is crazy. Let's fix that. Something like that. All right. These colors are not linked, and I wish they were, because chances are I want to change them, right? So yeah, I'm kind of worried about the color. Like I'm of course picking color with a purpose, but I know I'm going to change this later on, so I'm just kind of getting the grouping right. Yeah, let's go with that. That looks like a bright, that's the sort of pop and blue we need right there. That's what we need. Anyway, wait for it, folks. There we go. orange. All right, Megan. This is for Megan out there. This is for you. We need that blue. Just picking the same color. So I'm going to get this on the desktop, and then we're going to duplicate it and do all sorts of crazy things, if that works for you. Bam, bam. Maybe that on the outside. It's going to be something else. Yes. Oh, pink. That's what we need. Pink. 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 I made the mistake of actually not even referencing a butterfly for the second part. Like, I really should have referenced a butterfly. Like, I don't know if this is working. That's okay. Yeah, why not? Why not? Pick a color. Make it happen. Make it happen. Make it happen. If you guys have questions, let me know. I like the question about, you know, if you'd recommend using a, you know, Apple Pencil. I like the Wacom because, again, you guys know I just got a Wacom. Okay, right here we can see we're dealing with this stacking order. Right in here, let's zoom in on that on the screen. Bam, bam. Here we are. Drag this little stacking order down. Come on, buddy. Drag it down. And then it sends it to the back. And if I had this open, you'd see that it pushed it clear to the very bottom. So again, we could watch it travel up and down and up and feel the power. All right. There we go. Yeah, I did point to the symmetry thing. I hope I did. Let's take all this. Let's group it. Here's our wonderful butterfly. Let's take this one. Let's group it. I'll put them down to the side. Take this guy. Let me just go into settings real fast. App settings. Right in here. By the way, so this is what's going to happen. Do we want to scale strokes and effects or not? So let's take this as we scale it down. It is not scaling the strokes and effects. That's why it gets really black as I scale it down, because the thickness of those black lines stays the same. Okay, so right in here, come in here, go into app settings. Now we can scale the strokes and effects because I want to scale it down, keep everything in proportion basically. Holding down the shift key, shrink it down. That's all I'm doing. Hey, let's just do this for fun. Let's do radial. And now we could have sort of all these butterflies doing their thing as you'd expect. There we go. They're all kind of following one another. There they are. Cool. That's the start. I'm going to shift to my desktop. And yeah. Okay, Megan, works for you. I'm going to actually shift the colors a lot. I'm not sure I like it. Like, I don't know if I did you justice. I don't know if I picked the right colors. I think I picked the right colors, but not in the right parts of this poor butterfly. But I also want to make different iterations of it as well. Okay. Okay, Viola, just so you know, did I sketch the butterfly? Not exactly. I just outlined this one right here. So I just traced over this one wing. That's all I did. I could have. I had a bunch of other examples. But these other ones are here to, because I might make different butterflies at least once I'm on the desktop. But I at least want to play with edit colors real fast on the desktop. So let's go ahead and turn this off. Shabba. And just go back. It's called poster. Does it have a time-lapse feature? I wish it did. Let me open this back up. Gives me a chance to have some coffee. It's okay being a little sleepy in the morning. Is that all right? Okay. Go in here. Mind me. Ah, undo. Some Instagrammable quote. Let's move that one off to the side. Wait for it. Oh, I'm really liking this Adobe handwriting Ernie. I don't know. Is there an Ernie at Adobe that I need to get to know and be like, Ernie, I love your handwriting. Right. So there we are. I could change the background, all that stuff. Want to jump in here, publish and export. Also, I could start a live stream. Quick export as. All this looks good. All right. That's all I'm doing is exporting it out. Done. Also, right up here, I can invite someone else to edit it. So if somebody wants to give me their email address, just kidding, don't do that. Yeah, that's it. Anything else I want to cover? Transparency grid, obviously. You can see what it does. Go back to preview. And that's about it. Let me just go back in here really fast. Yeah, that's about it. I was wondering if I could actually share to a link like out there. And actually I can. So let's go back out really fast. Boom. We have version history. View version history. Do you guys know about this? I'm kind of just showing things that we got so much going on. Like this is where we started in the beginning. So there isn't really a time-lapse feature, but we can kind of go back and hopefully see. Come on, buddy. Maybe we got to give it a second. Different versions of this that I created. And I actually started on this last night. Looks like I stopped about 10:53 p.m. But for some reason, it's actually not loading up these files. So nonetheless, that's what you have. You also have this in the browser. Let's just kind of switch over to the desktop. All right. Got so many things, so many tabs open. Let's go to assets. .adobe cloud documents. Cool. Christine, I like the quote. So I might not have, I'm not logged in with the same account, but right in here, this is what you have. You're able to get a link to the file right in here. So that's it. Click get link like so. This is where you kind of allow commenting, allow saving to Creative Cloud. But yeah, you can go ahead and share it that way. That's all I'm pointing out. All right, let's get on with it. Let's get a file open. Or open cloud document. Wait for it. There it is. Our poster. Sky's the limit, baby. ptranny@hotmail.com. How did you know, Tim? Hotmail. All right. Here we have these. Just so you know, we added that same functionality for the repeat options, right? So it's like, we can make more. We can move this around. Make 1,000 of these butterflies if we want to, right? And maybe do that in a half circle, whatever you want to do. You guys get the idea. Let's take this down a little bit and let's break this apart. So again, just like I did earlier, we'll go in, we can expand it. Actually, let me just right click. Yeah. Expand. There we go. Object, fill, boom. And let's just try this. Let's just expand the object. I actually don't know the difference between expanding the object and expanding the fill. So ungroup. All right, now we can play with all these wonderful butterflies, but more importantly, we're going to change their color. And let's take a look at the swatches panel. There they are, lovely swatches. Right, so these are the same swatches I established on my iPad. I used to work at a bookstore, and my old boss would say, like, live free, die young, make a good-looking corpse. Yeah, he was dark. Just kidding, he wasn't. Cool. All right, so there they all are. By the way, all of these still have that mirror reflect on it, right? So we could always jump in and still change these. Go in here, go in there, there it is. Change that to pink if we want to. Jump out of there, now we have an all pink butterfly. So that's one way we could do things. All right. Ryan's in the house. What's up, Ryan? Do I say Ryan Benoit? Is that how I say your last name? I hope so. I know you live in Louisiana, so I assume that's a French last name. Yes, multiple file types at once. How you would do that is if I do decide to actually make a bunch of different, and let's just do that really fast. We'll do edit colors, we'll do recolor artwork for just this one wonderful butterfly. Right in here, we just want to shift the colors a little bit, right? That's locked down, and we can just like shift it over. Oh, ooh, interesting. This is, you know, every day you're learning something. So it does need to be broken apart, I guess. So let's just go in here. We'll do an object, expand, right? There it is. Now it should be broken up enough. But let's just do that one more time. Bear with me. Now it actually is giving me all the colors. Still locked down. We'll just shift it over. And obviously we're changing it. Right, like so. Cool. Done. But now if we want to export these out, to answer Ryan's questions, we would use the asset export right here. So asset export. The asset export, is that what I said? The asset export, asset 1, asset 2, right? So now they're all set up, by the way. So as I go in, I'm like, okay, I want to tweak this one, or let's just put this one in there. Let's actually rotate it a little bit, because this is going to be our different butterfly as well. Drop it in there, right? That's asset number 3. We will, ooh, this is interesting. I need to expand it, object and fill. So what happens is it's no longer grouped, so it doesn't recognize it over here. So you want to make sure it's like in its like final stages before you start exporting it out. And then how you export it out is you go through and you select these, right? You have to select them. Let's move this up if I can. Select the files you want to export, and right here, this is where you define what you want to export, and then boom, it's done. Okay, so that's kind of how that's done. But again, now that this is like ungrouped in a way that I can edit it using recolor artwork, like I was doing before, we'll rotate this way, make sure it's different enough from the others, but still fun and pastel-y. There. Yeah, sure, why not? That works. Okay, cool. Boom, take it, drop it in there, and you're good to go. Okay, that's all. Oh, Benoit? Benoit? Do I say Benoit? Okay. All right, so let's do this. We want all these wonderful colors. Expand. Yeah. Expand, right? We don't want them linked together at all. We could make them link together if we want to, right? We could have so much fun with that, which would also be a great idea. I love all the ideas we're coming up with right now, and I only have a couple minutes. Let's actually do that really fast. I'm going to go to open up my symbols panel. Here's my lovely symbols panel. We'll drop it right down there. We'll take this butterfly, drop it in there, and we'll just call it, of course, butterfly. There we are. Because really what I want to do is I want all these to be different sizes. So I could manually change them, right? Which is totally fine if I want that sort of accuracy. But what if I wanted to create like 1,000 butterflies? That would get a little bit more tricky. And honestly, like there's so many things we can do because they're all very flat too. And so we have like multiple issues we need to get squared away. But what I was going to do is like, you know, we have this butterfly right down here. We have the symbol sprayer. So we could say, hey, you know what? We want to have a bunch of butterflies. We'll go to the symbol sprayer tool right over here and then just be mindful of what's selected over here. And we want it to be the butterfly that's selected. And then we can spray out all these butterflies like so. Of course, they need to be pointing different directions. So you can use the spinner tool. So we'll come in and we'll just spin it. Spin it, spin it, spin it, right? That's what I'm doing. We can adjust the intensity. Oh, I don't know what it goes up to, 100 or 10. And we adjust the size, right? So we could have the symbol sizer tool, so we could shrink things, or I guess we can make some larger, by the way, or make them smaller. Larger, just click on it. Smaller, just hold down the Option key. Right, and you get the idea. Cool, you guys got it. Cool. All right, so, and then we also need to make this 3D as well. So let's come over, let's take our wonderful friend right here. Let's bring him up. Hey, buddy. There you are. All right, we'll make him a little bit more vertical. Even though the wings are off. In fact, let's just ungroup it. This is going to be easier to work with. Ungroup. There we go. We have this wonderful wing, which you can then distort. Okay, so you could use the free transform tool, right? Free transform tool right in here will give me the ability to not only rotate, but also sort of perspective distort or free distort. So if you know what you're doing, hey, do a free distort just like that. And that's going to give you the angle that you want or whatever. Just have fun with it, huh? And again, that's the free transform tool, free distort. We're doing like so. Another thing you can do, if you don't want to do that and you want even more control, you want it to be really exact, go in there to your butterfly and, hold on, ungroup. Wait for it, I got a minute. Take this, go to Effect, go to 3D, and then do a 3D rotate? Yeah, 3D rotate. There we go. So what we have here is we could rotate it around an axis. Come on, buddy. Does it not do it? Why is it not doing it? Come on, man. I might have to expand this out again because it's, I don't know why. Anyways, expand it out if it's not working. The 3D rotate should do the job, just so you know, and we'll create some magic for you. So you get the idea. Thank you, Afroja. Kimmy J Designs in the house. I didn't know you were here. But anyways, it will work. There you go. It's working now. It probably wasn't adjusting it enough. But this gives you exact coordinates that you could always change later. So you could always set it back to the 0, 0 point. Which is what I like. So, and what I also like is you guys. So thanks for hanging out. You guys are awesome. We have T. White, the one and only Terry White, editing photos in Lightroom on desktop and mobile. I think it's cool we're both doing desktop and mobile today, which is awesome. And then join me later because I'm going to be doing a little masterclass on animating because I've gotten lots of requests for that. So I'm like, I guess I'll cover it again, right? But it's really fun. We'll make a cool composite. And I'll show you some things that I've already made as well. 4 minutes left. New project time. That's right. Let's do it. You know me too well, Earl. I like it. But technically, I only have like 30 seconds. So, but that is it for me. Again, if you're in the Dallas area, come hang out because I will be there as well. And that's what we're going to make. We're going to make some cool stuff like this in my next segment. Since I have 50 seconds, we can see them right in here. So all this stuff, right? We can kind of check that out and see how this stuff is made. Cool. Thanks so much for joining me, and stay tuned. We got T. White, the one and only. I love the guy. Love him. So stick around. Thanks to everybody.